Have you ever experienced that sharp, stabbing pain that starts in your lower back and shoots down your leg like fire? It's a feeling many people over 60 know all too well. And while it might seem like the problem lies in the leg itself, the truth is, the source of sciatica is almost always in your lower back. Sciatica is often misunderstood because the pain can feel as though it's coming from the leg or foot. But what's really happening is that the sciatic nerve, which is the longest nerve in the body, is being compressed somewhere along its path. This nerve begins in your lower back around the lumbar vertebrae, L4, L5, and S1, and travels down through your glutes and legs to your feet. When any of these vertebrae become compressed, often due to aging or wear and tear, the nerve can become pinched. Imagine a garden hose with someone standing on it. If the hose is blocked, the water can't flow freely. That's what happens with your sciatic nerve. The pain you feel in your leg is your body's way of signaling that the nerve isn't functioning properly. For many people over 60, the common culprit isn't a herniated disc, as many assume. Instead, it's often a condition called lumbar stenosis, which is the natural narrowing of the spinal canal. Over time, the discs between your vertebrae dehydrate, and the space through which the sciatic nerve passes becomes smaller. The nerve gets pinched, and the pain begins. But here's the good news. Sciatica doesn't have to be a life sentence. It's not something you have to suffer with forever. Your body is sending you a signal that can be addressed with proper care and movement. With the right exercises, you can decompress the nerve, improve circulation, and relieve the pressure on the spine. Hi, I'm Dr. David Levine, and for over 20 years, I've been helping people just like you regain their strength, mobility, and independence. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the first exercise you can use to relieve sciatica pain, the Z position. This simple but effective movement will target the root cause of the problem, helping to release the pressure and bring you the relief you've been searching for. Exercise 1. The Z position. Immediate relief. Now that we understand the root cause of sciatica, it's time to address it with a simple, safe, and effective exercise, the Z position. This exercise is powerful because it targets the lumbar spine and sciatic nerve without putting any additional strain on your body. In fact, it's not about using strength at all. This exercise is all about relaxation, gravity, and smart positioning to relieve pressure from the nerve. How to do it? Lie down on your back on a firm surface, such as a mattress or yoga mat. Place a pillow under your head for extra comfort. Position your legs by resting your calves on a chair, sofa, or low bench. Your knees should be directly above your abdomen, creating a shape that resembles the letter Z when viewed from the side. Relax your arms at your sides, allowing them to fall comfortably. Breathe deeply and focus on releasing any tension in your back. With each exhale, imagine the pressure easing off your lumbar spine and the sciatic nerve. The Z position works by decompressing the lower back. When you elevate your legs and allow your knees to rise above your abdomen, the pressure on the discs in your lower back is significantly reduced. This helps to alleviate the compression of the sciatic nerve, which is the root cause of that sharp, burning pain shooting down your leg. Additionally, this position encourages better circulation in your legs and feet, which can reduce swelling and inflammation. As you lie in the Z position, gravity helps relieve pressure on the lumbar discs and decompresses the sciatic nerve. The slight elevation of your legs encourages better blood flow, especially in your feet and ankles, which may feel swollen or heavy due to the nerve compression. Many patients describe the relief as if someone is gently untangling the tension in their lower back. This position may feel incredibly soothing, especially if you've been struggling with sciatica for a long time. One of my patients, Antonio, 68 years old, came to me after years of suffering from debilitating sciatica pain. He had tried everything, but nothing seemed to work. When I recommended the Z position, he was skeptical but willing to give it a try. After just a few minutes in this position, Antonio felt a noticeable difference. "Doctor," he said, "I've been trying everything for years. It was only when I stayed still in this position that I finally felt the pain decrease." He was able to reduce his pain and felt empowered by the simple, effective approach. You can practice the Z position for 5 to 10 minutes at a time, and you can extend it to 20 minutes if you feel relief. I recommend doing it whenever you feel an increase in pain or stiffness, or at the end of the day to help unload your back. You can also place a warm compress or heating pad on your lower back to enhance the effect. The gentle heat will help relax your muscles and improve blood circulation, speeding up the relief process. This exercise is incredibly gentle and safe, even for those with limited mobility. It doesn't require any strength or flexibility, just a few minutes of your time and some deep breathing to help your body decompress. The Z position is one of the best starting points to relieve sciatica pain and give you that immediate sense of relief. Exercise 2, seated lumbar flexion, creating space for the nerve. Once you've begun relieving pressure with the Z position, the next step is to create space in your spine so the sciatic nerve can breathe. The seated lumbar flexion exercise is an excellent way to decompress the spine further and open up the space around the sciatic nerve, reducing the pain and allowing your body to regain flexibility. How to do it? Sit on a firm chair, preferably one without armrests. Your feet should be flat on the floor, with your knees at a 90-degree angle. Place your hands on your knees or thighs, depending on what feels most comfortable. Slowly slide your hands down your legs, gently rounding your back as you lean forward. Go as far as your body allows without forcing it. The goal here is to gently stretch your back without straining yourself. Hold this position for 5 seconds, allowing the stretch to deepen as you breathe in and out. Slowly return to the starting position and repeat the movement. Aim for 10 repetitions and perform this exercise 2 or 3 times a day for best results. This exercise works by increasing the space between the lumbar vertebrae, which reduces the compression on the sciatic nerve. The simple motion of flexing the spine forward opens up the vertebral canal, giving the nerve more room to move freely. This is especially beneficial for those with lumbar stenosis, a narrowing of the spinal canal that is common in people over 60. By gently stretching and creating space, this exercise helps to alleviate nerve pressure, which can result in less pain, reduced stiffness, and better mobility. When you perform the seated lumbar flexion, the gentle forward bend causes your lumbar vertebrae to separate slightly, opening up the nerve passage. This reduction in compression helps the sciatic nerve to recover space and ease pain. Over time, regular practice of this exercise can also improve the flexibility of your back and hips, allowing you to move with greater ease. I remember Carmen, a 72-year-old patient, who came to me barely able to walk without intense pain. For years, her sciatica limited her mobility, and she struggled to do everyday activities. After learning the seated lumbar flexion exercise, Carmen began practicing it 3 times a day. Just 2 weeks later, she walked into my office with a smile, saying, "Doctor, now I can walk through the market without needing to sit every 2 minutes." This exercise was a game changer for her. Consistent practice opened up space in her spine and helped her move freely again. It's essential to practice the seated lumbar flexion exercise 3 times a day, especially if you experience stiffness or pain in the lower back. Each session should consist of 10 repetitions, holding each stretch for 5 seconds. Over time, as your body gets more accustomed to the movement, you'll notice that your flexibility improves and the pain decreases. If you feel a sensation where the pain moves from your leg toward your back during this exercise, it's a positive sign called centralization. It means the sciatic nerve is starting to recover and the pain is shifting toward the spine. If, however, the pain intensifies or moves down further into your leg, it's essential to stop and consult your doctor or physical therapist. Exercise 3, core activation, strengthening the spine's support. After we've focused on relieving pressure and creating space for the sciatic nerve, the next step is to strengthen the muscles that support your spine. This is crucial because, without proper muscle support, the pain can return. One of the most important muscle groups to activate is your core, the deep muscles of your abdomen, lower back, and pelvis. These muscles act like a natural girdle, stabilizing your spine and protecting it from future injury. How to do it? Lie on your back on a firm surface such as a mat or bed. Bend your knees, leaving your feet flat on the floor, and your knees should be separated at hip width. Place your hands on your abdomen or thighs, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Inhale deeply through your nose, then exhale slowly as you gently press your abdomen downward, as if you want to glue your lower back to the floor. Maintain a slight pressure in your abdomen for 3 seconds. Once you're comfortable with this, add a small movement. As you exhale, gently lift your shoulders and head a few centimeters off the floor. Keep the effort in your abdomen, not in your neck. Perform 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. If you find this too challenging, you can skip the lift and focus only on the abdominal contraction for now. This exercise is essential because it activates the deep abdominal muscles that provide stability to your spine and lower back. By strengthening the core, you help create an internal girdle that protects your lumbar discs and alleviates strain on your sciatic nerve. Over time, this will improve your posture, reduce the load on your vertebrae, and help prevent future back pain and sciatica flare-ups. As you perform the core activation exercise, you're essentially training your deep abdominal muscles to support your spine and stabilize your pelvis. This internal support system makes it easier to maintain good posture and move with confidence, while also relieving pressure on the sciatic nerve. By improving the stability of the spine, this exercise helps prevent the nerve from becoming compressed again, thus reducing the risk of future sciatica. Let me tell you about Mariano, a 74-year-old patient who had been dealing with chronic lower back pain and sciatica. For years, he struggled to get out of bed without feeling pain in his back, which would radiate down his leg. After adding the core activation exercise to his daily routine, Mariano saw significant improvement. "Doctor," he said with a grin, "I've spent my whole life wearing a belt, but I never thought my own body could make one." After a month of consistent practice, Mariano could get out of bed every morning without the pain that once crippled him. Strengthening his core helped him protect his spine and regain the confidence to move freely again. I recommend doing this core activation exercise every morning, especially if you suffer from morning stiffness or difficulty getting out of bed. Start with 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions, focusing on proper technique and slow, controlled movements. If you're new to this exercise, it may feel challenging at first, but consistency is key. As you build strength, you'll notice that your back feels firmer and more stable throughout the day. If you're just starting out, don't rush into lifting your head or shoulders off the floor. Focus on the abdominal contraction and breathing before adding movement. This will help you activate the core muscles more effectively and build a strong foundation for future exercises. The 3 most common mistakes to avoid. Now that you've learned 3 powerful exercises to relieve sciatica, it's just as important to understand the common mistakes that many people make during their recovery. These mistakes can slow down your progress or even make the pain worse without you realizing it. So, let's go over the 3 most common errors I see and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1. Forcing perfect posture all day for years. We've been told that the key to a healthy back is always sitting or standing up straight. However, when you're dealing with sciatica, trying to maintain a rigid, perfect posture throughout the day can actually do more harm than good. Keeping your back unnaturally straight compresses the lumbar vertebrae and reduces the space for the sciatic nerve. This can exacerbate pain and stiffness, especially if you've already got narrowing in your spinal canal, like in lumbar stenosis. Rather than forcing a rigid posture, focus on relaxing your back and allowing it to follow its natural curvature. It's okay to lean slightly back in a comfortable, supportive chair or shift positions throughout the day. The goal is to find positions that relieve pressure on your spine and allow the nerve to move freely. If you're sitting for long periods, try using a reclining chair or a semi-seated position that supports your pelvis and spine while easing pressure on your lower back. Mistake number 2. Walking too much without breaks. Walking is one of the best exercises for overall health. But when you have sciatica caused by lumbar stenosis, walking too much without rest can aggravate the pain. Walking involves a slight extension of the spine, which is the opposite of the flexion movements that help relieve sciatic nerve pressure. This constant extension can cause further compression in the spine, worsening your symptoms. Keep walking, but walk intelligently. Instead of walking long distances without breaks, divide your walks into segments of 5 to 10 minutes. Between each segment, take a break and perform the seated lumbar flexion exercise to relieve pressure on your spine and sciatic nerve. This will help reduce pain during and after your walk, allowing you to build endurance without exacerbating the issue. Mistake number 3. Refusing to use walking aids. This mistake is a difficult one for many seniors to accept, as walking aids like canes or walkers can feel like a sign of weakness. However, avoiding these aids can actually make your sciatica worse. If you're struggling with balance or have limited mobility, walking aids can reduce the strain on your spine and help you maintain proper posture. Relieving pressure on the sciatic nerve. Consider using a walker with wheels and a seat if you have trouble walking without pain. This type of walker allows you to take breaks as needed and offers greater stability while walking. Using a walking aid doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're taking smart steps to protect your body and improve your mobility. Remember, every step you take without pain is a victory, not a defeat. Why these mistakes matter? Each of these mistakes forcing perfect posture, overexerting yourself with too much walking, and avoiding walking aids puts extra pressure on your spine and sciatic nerve, which can slow your recovery. Avoiding these habits and following the right techniques will not only help relieve your pain, but also prevent future flare-ups. Recovery is about consistency and making smart decisions every day. You've made it through the exercises, and now you have the tools you need to manage and relieve your sciatica pain. But the most important thing is that you understand. Recovery doesn't happen overnight, and consistency is key. This isn't about finding a quick fix, it's about taking control of your body, one small step at a time, and committing to the process of healing. Remember, aging is a choice, and how you take care of your body today will affect how you move and feel tomorrow. The exercises we've covered, Z-position, seated lumbar flexion, and core activation are the foundation of a stronger, more mobile you. But these exercises only work if you practice them regularly and make conscious decisions to avoid the habits that could be worsening your pain. By taking these small actions, you are choosing independence over dependency and strength over stagnation. It's easy to fall into the mindset that age means decline, but that's simply not true. You have the power to maintain your mobility, alleviate your pain, and live a more active, fulfilling life. Strength is not just muscle, it's freedom. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these exercises has given you the most relief? Your experience might be the encouragement someone else needs to take their first step toward recovery. Drop a comment below and share your journey with us. Your story could inspire others who are facing the same challenges. If this video has helped you, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Each week, I'll be sharing new routines, practical advice, and simple, effective exercises to keep you feeling your best. Together, we'll continue working toward a life without pain and full of possibility. Remember, your body hasn't abandoned you, it just needs you to listen, move, and nurture it with care. And you've already started that journey by being here. I'm Dr. David Levine, and I'm here to support you every step of the way as you take control of your health and continue moving toward a life of independence and freedom. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.